Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. So I want to do a project share with you. This is what I made for the horror movie album swap, hosted by Big Mama Cab and Meekaboo. And yeah, I just wanted to show you what I made real quick before I package it up so I can get it out in the mail. So I put it in this little box and it looks like a movie board clapper. It says, "What's your favorite scary movie?" And just a background, I love horror movies. They're my absolute favorite, and I was really excited to do this, but I did find it very challenging. I think I was trying to think too literal for some things, and I had to just remind myself to not be so literal when it came to stuff. And I didn't do a specific theme because that was too hard for me, because I love so many horror movies. I've seen hundreds of them, and I just couldn't narrow it down. So I did just a little bit of my favorites. So anyway, so this is the box it comes in. My little clapperboard. Inside you have a little ghost face. And this is my album. So this is the outside of my album. Yeah, again, I didn't do a specific theme. I did a little bit of everything. We had to have a dangle aspect. So on this dangle, I just have some movie character charms and some, murder knives and, things that you would stab people with. So there's that. And the cover of my book is actually a book within a book, if that makes sense. I love The Babadook. I feel like it's a highly underrated movie, and I just like it. So I created a little version of a pop-up book. So it's got the Babadook poem. I wouldn't say it follows the book word for word, but if you look it up online, like, this is the original poem that I think it was based on. And I do have a little Babadook in here. So that is the front cover. This is my first page. Here is my Memdex card. So you had to have an album. The album had to have a dangle aspect. You had to have a Memdex, a sequin mix, a tag that had questions on the back, which I'll get to. You had to have a set of bows, a set of flowers, and a set of rosettes. I believe that's it. So anyway, this is my Memdex. I did do a sneak peek of this on my Instagram as soon as I was done making it. So I loved how he turned out. I've just got my little information on the back, but a little Pennywise. You gotta love Pennywise. I'm a huge Stephen King fan. I have read every single Stephen King book, some of them multiple times. As soon as a new one comes up, I read it. I've seen every movie that is based on a Stephen King movie or book, and I just love them. And it is one of my favorites. I just adore Pennywise. So anyway, so that's one page. This is my rosettes. This one actually does spin. Can you see my inspiration? I also have this one that just has some aspects to it. Little butcher knife, and I have just a little mini ghost face. We are only required to do 2, but I made 3 because I had some of these little flatback cabochons that I wanted to use. On this one, we have a Chucky. So I'm just not a huge bow maker. I just don't feel like I'm very good at them, but I tried to do my best. So I created this felt bow, and I really like how he turned out. This is just makeup, actually. So I just cut a strip out of felt, and I kind of scrunched it up. I'll show you the inspiration pic that I found on Pinterest, but there was no link to it. I just had to kind of figure it out on my own. And I tried pastels. I tried just ink. I also tried paint, and the only thing that I found that worked the best was actual makeup. So I just pulled out some makeup palettes, and red is very pigmented anyway, and I just did my thing, used some eyeballs, and made a little bow. So I have a little Chucky bow, I have a little knife bow, and then I did a couple other little bows here down here. I did create this like blood spatter pattern paper that I used throughout my collection because I didn't want it all like just printed paper. It's really hard to find horror movie related paper, so a lot of it is digital prints that I found on Etsy and printed off, but a couple of things I did myself. This one is my flowers. So I created this flower with a little eyeball, and I was making this one, and to me I was like, oh, that reminds me of like Pennywise's like collar. So I kind of, instead of making my flower point up, I made it a point down and just kind of flared it out and made a little Pennywise. And then this is my tag. So this is the back of the book. Here's my sequin mix. I kept my sequin mix very just black, red, white. That's kind of like the color theme that I was going on. It's kind of very horror movie. But I kind of kept it, you know, somewhat neutral so it can be used for Valentine's Day or any other red, white, silver, black type of scheme that anybody might be going for. And then this is the little tag I made, a little Chucky with a little knife. And on the back it has all the questions. So I wanted our name, our social media. I said, what is your favorite movie? I put Jaws because I've seen it the most. I do love shark movies. Even if they are horrible, I will watch a shark movie anytime. And I'm a Pisces, I'm a water baby, so I guess I'm just drawn to sharks. So Jaws is probably my favorite. I actually live on one of the beaches where they filmed Jaws 2. So that's kind of cool. The scariest movie I've ever seen is not necessarily a scary movie. Like, it didn't scare me. I've never really been scared by a movie. I've been watching horror movies since I was very, very young. Like, probably way too young to be watching horror movies. So I've never really been scared by a movie. Like, I've never had like nightmares from a movie. I've just never been scared. I watch them in the dark by myself all the time. Never get scared. But the movie Fall that came out a year or two ago caused me some extreme anxiety. I don't know why. Maybe it's the heights. If you haven't watched it, you should check it out. But it caused extreme anxiety. It's not necessarily scared me, but I've only seen it once, and I usually watch movies more than once, but I don't know if I'll ever watch that one again. My favorite movie character is Chucky because I think he's funny and he just reminds me of my childhood. And, you know, as a fellow redhead, I love my little ginger horror movie characters. So, and my favorite type, this is not a question that was asked, but I put that in there because most people have a favorite like genre of scary movies. And although I love a good slasher movie, probably because I grew up in the 80s and 90s, which was like, you know, slasher, horror movie slasher time frame, I do like a good possession movie. And that being said, I also included one of my favorite movies is The Nun. The Conjuring universe is my favorite universe, and it all starts with a nun. So yeah, I love a good possession movie. So I included this. Oh, we also needed to have an altered spoon that goes with our sequin mix. So I have a little bloody shovel. And we also had to create a pen or a pokey tool, and I did a pen, and I did a little Jason blood spattered pen. I also found these awesome like Universal Monster movie socks. So you have Dracula and Frankenstein, and I love classic horror movies. That's another thing I like. Like, I love all genres, but I do own like all the classics. I have every single Hitchcock movie. I have every single Vincent Price movie. I have a lot of horror movies. I actually have a horror movie collection. And yes, so this was very, very fun with me. I also attempted to play with some resin. So I made some resin pieces that I will put in there with them. And yeah, I had a lot of fun with this. Again, yes, horror movies are my favorite. I've actually been to like a couple horror movie conventions. Who have I met? I've met Robert Englund, and I have a signed picture of him as Freddy. I have in my actually craft room. Most people have nice cheery craft rooms. I have horror movie memorabilia and Halloween decorations. So that is the type of thing I like. I don't have it in my general house. I have a few spooky things that I kind of keep all year, but most of it stays in my craft room. I guess I just have a spooky soul, but I do love horror movies, and this was so fun. I hope that there's another one in the future. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this. So if you have any questions on what I created, let me know before. Oh, I forgot that I do have some for the hostesses. Since it was co-hosted, I also got them some little fuzzy Chucky socks. I also made them a pin and a mem deck, so that, you know, they need to have a little horror mem decks as well. So that is kind of everything I created, and this was really fun. I hope that I can't wait until I get some more swabs, or get the swabs back, and I hope that everybody likes what I made. And yeah, this was really fun for me. So I will see you in the next video. Bye.